My name is Ruth Krall. A close friend of mine, who was actually one of the first babies born in Bergen-Belsen after it had been turned into a displaced persons camp, has coined the phrase daughters of absence. This refers to daughters of Holocaust survivors who are absent family, sometimes all their family. I am not the daughter of a Holocaust survivor, but nonetheless, I am the daughter of absence. My father was one of 11 children born to an Orthodox Jewish family in Stanislav, Poland. Two of my dad's much older brothers emigrated to the United States well before World War II. They would write home to Poland saying the streets were paved with gold. That happens not to have been the case for them or for many other Jews of their time, but it certainly was better than the reality of life back in Poland. So in 1931, my father chose to leave Stanislav and join his brothers in New York. He started out plucking chickens in Brooklyn, all the while corresponding with his family back in Poland. Over the next several years, his family grew steadily. The 8 brothers and sisters back home all married and produced a total of 26 children. My father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather were alive as well. So if we do the math, a total of 44 of my father's immediate family were alive in Poland before the beginning of World War II. But soon after the war started, all correspondence from the family abruptly stopped. My father's last name was Fader. I was born at the end of 1945, and my earliest childhood memories are of other people with our same last name calling my father, and of watching my father frantically contacting other Faders in a fruitless effort to find even one family member, just one out of 44, who somehow escaped death. My father's 2 brothers in America had no children, and I'm an only child. Out of that enormous family tree, I am the only, I repeat, the only member of my generation. When you consider the sheer number of just the 26 in my generation alone, each of whom might have eventually produced 2 children, and then if you keep multiplying that out, you can't even comprehend the loss. It's staggering. It's unimaginable. My father never did find out what happened to his family, and my mother never allowed me to talk to him about any of this. She loved him deeply, and she wanted to protect him from what was undoubtedly unbearable pain. On one of my many visits to Yad Vashem, I looked up the records of Stanislav, and I learned that the Jews of the town had been herded into the synagogue, and the building containing heaven only knows how many innocent souls was then burned to the ground. But is it possible that one of my relatives wasn't forced into that doomed building? Did a Fader survive? Perhaps somewhere out there, I have some relatives. I don't know, and likely I never will. Al Fader died in 1993. Fittingly, his memorial service took place during the same week as the opening of the U.S. Holocaust Museum. At every rite of passage for my kids and my grandkids, b'nai mitzvot, weddings, my husband Marty always always refers to how we celebrate the fact that our family is slowly multiplying, making up for what we have lost. And so I am participating in the AJC Global Forum in honor of the family that never had a chance, that I never got to know, and in honor of the Jewish family that Marty and I have created, which will continue to grow after so many are absent. I'm here to express my hope that my grandchildren and the family that they produce will forever be free to express their Jewish heritage, never afraid, always proud, in a nation that respects them and their place in the fabric of the beautiful patchwork quilt that is America.